to another Sims 4 speed build video, and today I am building this really beautiful LOVESTRUCK restaurant in the amazing CIUDAD and ENAMORADA. Now, what I've noticed in that my past few videos, I have been kind of like jumping away from saying the world name. Like I've just been saying either this Mexican styled house or making this LOVESTRUCK inspired place or something like that, but I haven't generally been saying the world. And it's because every single time with things I complain constantly that we only have words in like in a Western sense. We don't really have worlds that represent the rest of the world, such as like Latin America, which we now have, or Africa, or most places in like South Asia and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, I cannot complain constantly about it and then not put the time and the effort to try and pronounce the word. So I put in the time and the effort, but the problem is it just kept leaving my mind constantly. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to be confident with it, the way that I'll pronounce, what is that word called? That comes with countryside. It's not, the pack isn't even called countryside. It's going to call it cottage court. What is it? It's just cottage. It's just cottage, right? Henford or Bagley? Yes, Henford or Bagley. If I can put in the effort to try and pronounce Henford or Bagley, I can much definitely put the effort to try and pronounce this world in LOVESTRUCK. But yeah, that's a little thing about me that I noticed. So yeah, anyway, coming back to it, guess, okay, like 2 seconds, 10 seconds, guess when I built this thing. Bear in mind, the current date I'm looking at it, it is currently 11/18 on the 7th of the 8th of 2024. And if you're a bit confused, 7th of the 8th, and if you're looking at it as an American standpoint, what I mean is that it's the 7th day of the 8th month of the year 2024. So it's the day of upload, and I'm filming this because I think you guys kind of got the gist that I do end up making the voiceovers for these things the day of upload. But what also I haven't discussed is that sometimes I do just end up finishing, like actually building or even doing the cinematics on the day of upload as well, like in the morning. But this time it was a whole different ballpark. This morning I woke up at 5:45 in the morning because my alarm for some reason was set for 5:45. I do nothing. I like wake up, apply for jobs, do a bit of writing in my novel, make Sims videos, but that's the gist of it. I cook if my mom wants me to cook dinner, but that's literally all I do. So I was like, why was my alarm set? But then I remembered it's Wednesday, and it must have been set from 2 weeks ago when I went into London, but I had to prepare for that. But my alarm was set on woke up at 5:45, and then I was thinking to myself, last night, I really wanted to, because I already started building a Mexican-themed restaurant, but I was like, it's beautiful, it's colorful, but that's not what I want. What I kind of want now is this restaurant I've always had in my mind, which was like a very like plant-ish styled kind of restaurant. So I was like, okay, for me to achieve this, let me just do this now. So I was thinking to my head, okay, I have to do it last night. Last night, didn't even eat dinner, sleep overtook me, because I don't know if I've ever said this before, but if it came down to sleep or eat, I will sleep all the time, every single time. I was that university student that was very well rested, because I would pick sleep over everything. If I have lunch break for an hour and I'm tired, do you think I'm going to force food down me? No, I'm going to go to sleep. It's not entirely healthy, and I do not advise it, because I do make up for it by having either a bigger lunch, snacking, or having a bigger dinner and having quite a big dessert. Because I know that, especially specifically for lunch, because I love naps, and sometimes for dinner, I will just sleep through my meals because I just prefer sleep. I feel more satiated from sleep than I can ever be with anything else, except for maybe like, you know, editing and making or writing a really good film. Like I think film is the only thing that can satiate me as much as sleep and restfulness does, because to be well rested, it's a luxury that a lot of people do not have, but I have the ability, and I'm completely blessed to be able to be someone who can sleep like that, and I enjoy it. There was this one instance in my life where I couldn't sleep for whatever reason, and I just thought for what reason I just suddenly became those people that talk about, oh, I can't sleep. Like I'm listening to like ASMRs, I'm doing everything, but I just can't sleep. And originally I used to sympathize with them, because obviously, again, sleep is such a big aspect of my life. I used to sympathize with them, but that it wasn't till that day where I genuinely couldn't sleep regardless of what I did. I could not fathom sleeping. That it really dawned on me that I generally couldn't function. I don't know how you guys are functioning, because as soon as I'm exhausted, my eyes are closed. Not even as soon as I'm exhausted. As soon as there's even a hint of, is it melatonin or what is it called? That one that starts with M. Even if there's a hint in my system of that hormone that starts with an M, my body's already starting to shut down. It's why I sometimes have these jitters. So we shiver a lot. Like I think you guys know the saying of, oh, when someone walks over your grave, you shiver and stuff like that. I used to think it was just like a shiver, like from chill. But then I started realizing I'm quite hot in this situation, yet I am still shivering, or this situation doesn't require me to shiver, or I'm shivering like consistently, repetitively in a row. Now, should I go to the doctors about this? Yes. Have I? No. But, however, I was originally thinking about this, and I was like, realistically, I feel like every single time I do these kind of like shiver-like state, it's normally when I did realize that every single time I'm having these shiver-like states is because I'm tired, like every single day. And the biggest instance of this was when I was in second year and I had a project to do. No, it was first year actually. I had a project to do. We were given iPads from my course on the first year because it was during that time in 2020. And as it was nearing like July, so when everything had to start being handed in, I went downstairs of the house to speak to my mom, because this is when I was staying at home originally, and I was trying to talk to her. And I was telling her that I'm not feeling like this is what's going on in my head. This is what's going on in my mind. And then I just started to shiver like really badly, like to the point that the iPad almost dropped from my hand. Thankfully it didn't, but like it was very close. And I was just telling myself like it was happening repetitively. Like I shivered once, and then I'll speak, then I shivered twice, and then my hands would go so erratic that like I was about to chuck the iPad into the air. Like it was really bad. So I came to my own conclusion that it really does just happen when my body's like, no, I want to sleep now. Also, do you see me messing with these stairs? It was so difficult to understand why the stairs weren't working. I kind of knew why they weren't working. It's because of the platform, but I didn't understand why. When I raise the platform, even though I'm not placing the stairs there, the platform wants to make the stairs to the same level every single time. And then, you know what? I'm happy that it didn't work out, because then I got to use these room dividers that I really love to really finish out the entire piece. So I'm happy regardless. But, yeah, so I came to the own like self-diagnosis that it happens when I'm exhausted, because it's been happening to me for such a long time. Like I promise you, like almost a decade, well over a decade. So I can't assume that it's anything particularly serious, or it would have kind of done me an ages ago. But I wouldn't think it's like anything as mundane as like, oh, I'm cold, I'm shivering, because half the time it happens, I am nowhere near cold, or it happens repetitively, or it happens quite harshly. So I was like, okay, it happens when I'm tired. So what should I do when I'm tired? Close my eyes. And it's like, how I'll describe it, rather than just like a normal chill, like running through you. When I shiver like that, it's like, my eyes are closed. Like my eyes are open, but it feels like my mind has just gone very quiet. And then like, almost like, if your phone, especially if you have an iPhone, but do you know if your phone has too much within it? So like it's got too much, the storage is almost full. So your phone starts shutting down a lot. Like it shuts down a lot because it's barely maintaining itself, because you need to delete some things off of your phone. So it feels, so when your phone consistently shuts down like that, it's like a blink, almost like it blinks out and then like slowly restarts back on, but not extremely slowly, like a normal restart, but like it takes like maybe like 5 seconds, like it shuts down really quickly, then 5 seconds, and now it's back on and it's functioning back to normal. But if your storage is like that bad, it's gonna do it consistently until you delete some things. And that's basically how these little shivers of mine feel like. I wouldn't even call them little sometimes. They're sometimes quite big. And it just makes me feel like, okay, I was here, now I'm not here, now I'm back. But I wouldn't say it's fainting, because I stay upright. So I don't feel like I'm fainting. It just feels like I was here, now I'm not, now I'm back. And yeah. But anyway, enough of shivers. I don't even know how I even got to the topic of shivers. I was talking about sleep and restfulness and how I enjoyed. Oh yeah, I was talking about sleep and restfulness. So then this morning, last night, sleep overtook me. I ended up going to sleep when I was supposed to start building and eating my dinner. And I woke up and then I was like, okay, I woke up quite early. Might as well take advantage of this. I'll remake the restaurant to how I want it to be. Because the other one was almost done. It just needed to be furnished. But I didn't like how it was because the problem I have with this new world is that the lots are far too big. I said it before in my Mexican house one that I don't have any 20x15, 20x20s that aren't penthouses, like ones on the ground. And you know what? If they have it as penthouses, I can understand why they don't have it as the ones on the ground, because at least there's some form of smaller apartment and anything. But I would have wanted one on the ground. But you know what? But at least we got something. But the ones on the ground allow it so it's not too big, because I feel like I don't like making things that are far too big. And I originally used a 30 by 30 lot on, I forgot what the neighborhood was called, but it wasn't this neighborhood and it wasn't the penthouse neighborhood. So I used the 30 by 30 and it was awful because, one, little Susie even said this, it doesn't touch the street. So it just looked weird. And every single time I try to make it like a dirt road, so it looks like, okay, you drove into here from the street, so they don't actually have like pavement or placing, but you still drove in. It still looked weird and it looked flat and it looked like something I would have built a year ago, and I was not happy with it whatsoever. So I decided, okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to switch it up, and I'm going to place it on this lot that I used to make the Love Hotel. And it came out almost exactly how I wanted it to come out. The only issue I have is that I wished the stage thingy where the bar is, I made that into maybe a circle, like a semicircle. But then I also acknowledge that that would have took a lot of space if I made it into a semicircle. But it just kind of fits like the round theme there is. And another issue that I have is that I wish I used less packs. The packs that I'm aware of that I use the most here is obviously the LOVESTRUCK pack. I have used the Horse Ranch pack, Dine Out as well, obviously. And then a bit of the high school pack. And then I feel like I haven't used as much as the For Rent pack as I normally would. And with the exterior, I think I just used the cottage pack. Yeah, so it's mainly like high school, LOVESTRUCK. Oh, and City Living for the dividers, the room dividers. But yeah, I had fun building this. It's one of the first ever builds I think ever I've finished and done in one sitting. Like I haven't removed my laptop, put it on the side, took a break, read or something. Like I just literally sat down, concentrated and did it all in an hour and a half. And I'm really, really happy with how it turned out. And I hope you guys have fun with all your little dates that you will have here as well. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. But if you don't want to, that's also okay. I appreciate you staying this long and listening to all of my ramblings. Also, don't forget to leave a comment down below. The more the merrier. I'll see you guys in the next video.